So anyway, as I was saying, man, listen, if this thing is not working, I got bad connection, and I'll just try tomorrow. You know what I mean? That's the devil, you know. I told you he's the spirit of the air, so he's going to try to, you know, take my word. You know what I mean? Take my word that he's the God blessing me to give to you. You know, breaking bread with. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, as a nation, as I came, I was going through those phases of trying to find myself, you know, God, you know, and my purpose in life. You know, I was seeking and searching even as a kid, you know. So I refused to go through the Catholic system and as far as that goes and looking for God in that sense. But I'm going to tell you, right, that at about the age of 12 or something like that, I was in 13, I was in a park bench right there in Castle Hill, right next to 2125, okay, Bellaco building. And me and a couple guys who were selling drugs, you know, who were selling crack back then. Or maybe I was about 14, maybe 15, something like that, I don't know, you know. But the thing was that we was in the benches and we were selling drugs, we were selling crack. And there was this brother, a black brother who was a 5%er, you know, he came with the Bible, the Quran, and right? And he came and he'd be like, yo, bro, y'all know the word, bro? You know, Baba started talking to us, right? And he started manifesting, just dropping, bringing the Bible, bringing the Quran, showing it. We like, yo, we was amazed. He said, yo, meet me out here. Yeah, we was pitching him a little bit, getting him open or whatever, but we was just like in awe to listen to this dude, right? So anyway, that took me in a pathway. You know, I found, you know, the lessons of God, Body, Nation, and all that, right? So, and then, you know, and then when I got old enough, when I was 16, I went to Rikers Island. I broke the methadone thing, whatever, boom, boom, boom. But anyway, there, I met some brothers, like Bobism, King Bobism, Robert Hernandez, you know what I'm saying? King Bobism from East Tremont, who used to be TCK, Tough City Kings. So anyway, they're from East Tremont, Hughes. And anyway, so he was the first brother that gave me a blade. He gave me and Cesar from 183rd and Bathgate a blade. He broke it in half, gave him one, gave me one. You know what I mean? And told us, yo, blah, 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 blah. And then he was the one that introduced us to the nation. You know what I'm saying? King Blood had just gotten taken off, and who was there at the time was Hermanito, his god brother, man, his blood, man, my godfather, I can't, man, damn, what's his name, man? God rest his, anyway, he died of AIDS, man. King Diablo, alright? King Diablo. So, and Diablo was a big dude, bro, man. Blanco, you know, from 183rd over there in Creston, you know. So anyway, when they brought us into the nation, they just gave us the, our 5 points, you know, our colors, and the manifesto. I mean, not the manifesto, your oath. So, you know, we had to learn that, you know, whatever. We did all that, and then we was going to war. We was just, you know, doing, you know, representing. We was young representing. We got sent upstate. We came home. We all united through Bronx, Queen, Blaze, you know, Tone. Everybody was everywhere. Every Green Eyes, everybody was a Teardrop. Everybody was everywhere. So anyway, some of us went to Connecticut. Some of us went different places. But, you know, as I got locked up, you know, I seen the phases in the street to, you know, to now as we're older. I'm talking about when we all was eager to come in, you know, ready to, you know, take a mission. I'm on that, hey, manito, yo, manito, what's up? You know, ready to represent nation time at all times, right? Remember them days when the nation meant something, that the nation, everybody wanted to be part of it? That meant everywhere in Rikers Island you saw black and yellow, huh? Remember that? Remember them days? Up and upstate, every bench, all the brother was out there. Remember them days, man? Because we was proud. Right? But you know what? Greed came in the picture. Greed and those things that take people down. Jealousy, envy. We started envying our brothers, just like Lucifer and them, you know what I mean? Oh, look what he got. Oh, look, man, his girl's bad, you know? And we started committing those sins that we're told not to commit, that are against everything in our KMC. You understand what I'm saying? And you know, and a lot of us were selling drugs for profit, you know, using brothers, beating brothers, striking brothers. You know, we was doing all the savage things that evil people do. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, a lot of brothers we lost. A lot of brothers became snitches. A lot of brothers, you know, we went through all those phases, man. A lot of us did time. You know what I mean? Did a lot of time. You know, but you got elder brothers that are never coming home. That all they wanted to do was enlighten us as the people. You understand what I'm saying? We just took it. They put it in our hand because they were locked up, and we just took it south. We went way left. Went way left. If it ain't right, it's left, and it's wrong. You know what I'm saying? So, check me out, right? So, we went through what we went through as a nation, as a people, and we had to grow. We had to grow. You know, and see that what we was doing was wrong. We was harming our community. We was harming ourselves. We was harming everything around us, man. How? We were savages. Damn right we needed to be locked down. Damn right we needed to be, you know, put in our place. Because we wasn't loving our people. We wasn't loving our community. We wasn't loving none of that. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't even, some of us was not even loving ourselves, man. Such as me. I hated that to do the things that I was doing to my body. The sins that I was committing, the crimes that I was doing in order to get the fix. You know, so and when you go through prison, guess what happens, man? You know, what happens is now you use that same system of the street vibe and try to implement it. Only you try to wash up the KMC so that it get fit for you and your purpose. Oh, okay. For instance, brothers to sell drugs, but can't use drugs. You're not supposed to sell, use, or any of them things. You in straight violation all the way around the board. So you can't make one right and one other one wrong. So whoever's selling and violating a brother for using, then you in worse time because you brought it in. And you're distributing, destroying your community, not uplifting it. And that's facts, okay? So, you know, so now we've all known and lived through that. And let me tell you something. God changed me where I was seeing the scumbag stuff he was doing. I said, yo, hold on, man. I want to thrive different. I want to thrive different, you know. And I'm going to tell y'all can laugh or whatever. But you know what? I was in confinement. You got to understand something. I was in confinement for 4 years. 4 years. I went from FSP to Santa Rosa. 4 years. So anyway, brothers that know me from Florida, amor, and check this out. So I had my radio, and I used to, pace back and forth, and I used to listen to my dog Rush Limbaugh, Sean Hannity, Laura Ingraham, all those people, the Fox Nation, you know what I mean? But they didn't have Fox Nation when Donald Trump was running. But you know what? When that man was running, I said, that's a New Yorker. That's Donald Trump, the millionaire. Yeah, I'm rooting for him. That was my attitude at the time. But I didn't know that this man really wants to save America. Let me tell you something, man. America, Babylon the Great is falling. As the Bible says, Babylon the Great, America that it used to be, ain't no more. Okay, it's time to get the golden age, grasp that golden age, and start embracing God in our lives, and start helping, let me tell you something, helping the community, the elderly, you understand what I'm saying? The children, protecting those kids, protecting those women, you know what I'm saying? Doing the right things that we're supposed to be doing, you know what I mean? And start taking care of our, our business owners, you know what I'm saying? And live right, man, live right, you know right from wrong. You know right from wrong. It's time to live right, man. Ain't nothing more beautiful than seeing, your kids smile, waiting for daddy to come home, or brothers that are locked up, man. You know what I mean? Maybe we make a difference out here. We made a name for ourselves. We really made a name for ourselves, and we're known all over the world. But you know what? We put a bad taste behind it. So you know what? Now is a chance to recover, stand up, come out to the woodwork, and stand for something that's right. You know what I mean? Stand for what's real, man. And you know what was real is that we got to save America. We got to save America. It's going down the hill. In the order, and you know how you do that? By taking care of your family, being responsible. You know what I mean? Trying to do the next best thing. Following law and order. How can you take away the law and order? All you're going to have is chaos. Chaos. You know what I mean? And let me tell you something. That's what those. Remember I told you about the Nephilims, about the evil spirits. You know, the evil spirit. Well, that evil spirit roamed up in our government and took over our government. Okay, and they made homosexuality and those things fancy. Remember, the devil's tools is what? Music. The devil's music is media. Well, guess what? The media has fallen. Nobody watches CNN no more. Nobody watches NBC no more. Nobody. Them people have lied to us. They sold us dreams. The Democratic have used their people, the blacks, the Hispanics, for years for their votes. Look at our communities. All those communities that the Bronx, Manhattan, Brooklyn, all those, man, they in dire destruction. Ain't nothing. All these years, you mean to tell me we've been voting for you and it still looks the same or worse? Come on, America. Come on, my people. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to the Bloods, Crips, G's, all that. I'm talking to all of y'all, man. Because you know what? We all came to the nation to save our people, to uplift our people. But what we did was we destroyed our people. We downed our people. We was looking to, you know, through envy, like I said, man, take brothers down. Good. Man, it's time to change that, man. It's time to change that. Embrace what's good, what's God. You know, God-fearing, man. You know, God-loving, man. Loving your brother. When you see him, not look at how I can destroy him. Look at how can I bang his girl. How can I get what he got, man? You know what I mean? How can I help? How can he help me? How can I help somebody else? Help an old lady walk today across the street. Help her with her bags. You know, help a handicapped kid. Help a homeless guy. Buy him a sandwich. You know, do something good for your spirit and your soul. You know, because that's what life is all about, man. Not stepping on each other. Let me tell you something. It had to be those millionaires. Those millionaires had to take our country back and start embracing God and putting down on all those people that just was using us, man. Using the money. Man, listen, let me tell you something. If you follow God and you do the next best thing, that people get free from prison. You know why? Because we all working into one accord. A loving accord. One nation under a groove, man. One nation under a groove, under God. Under God, all loving, all fearing. I don't care if you call him Muhammad. I don't care if you call him Buddha. I don't care what you call him. But we call him God. You know, I'm God, or Yahweh, you're Jesus. Let me tell you, I call it the natural force of life, man. The goodness, and the evilness you push out, man. You push out. You got to get away with those people, man. Those people in the Democratic Party, look, they're holding up the government. They don't care about the government. They don't care. They just want the money. They want the power, man. Now, don't give them the power. This time around, man, let me tell you something. That guy, Curtis Sliwa, and I know I'm talking to my New Yorkers. You know what I mean? That dude's been fighting to make New York great, man, since I don't know how long. How long? Hold on for a second, man. I embrace that man. I embrace that man from New York, and I embrace for New York to go red. I embrace Donald Trump. Tell you why? Because it aligns with everything that we stand for. You understand what I'm saying? All the way around the board. When did you know, child molestation or rapists and all that? Since when do we stand and defend that? Never. That shit is out, man. That shit is out, and it needs to be out. It needs to be out so that America could be great. So that America could be great. So that your family, your neighborhood could thrive, man. We need everybody. We need everybody, man, to go out in those ballots, man, and vote for this, man, and start lining up with the MAGA movement, because you know what, something, man? It's a godly movement. It's a godly movement to want to make America great. That's all. That's all it is. MAGA, make America great. And you know what? We make America great for us, then our lives are going to be good, man. That man ain't trying to, you know, hate on you. Donald Trump ain't trying to hate on you because you're black, white, Hispanic. He don't even, man, that man's just trying to make peace on earth, man. You know what I'm saying? Make peace before he died. I want to do the same thing. I want to make peace in the world before I die. I don't want to go to hell. You want to go to hell? I ain't trying to go to hell either. So we got to work together on this, man. I just want to say good morning to every one of y'all. Amor. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all, man. Let's work, man. Let's work, man. We can work together to make things right, man. Let's make it all good for ourselves, your home, your kid. Protect the women and fight back those guys, those people that are pushing drugs, that are raping women, that are trafficking women, selling kids. And we got to get them out of here, man. Those people, America ain't about that, man. America's the greatest country in the world. And we're going to keep it that way. But we got to work together. I love y'all, man. I'm on it. God bless. God bless the homeless today, everybody. All right, let's work, man. Let's make America great. God bless each and one of y'all.